The first step in interpreting the Constitution is applying the general rules. The first one is that if the words are clear and unambiguous, they must be given the full effect. This is nothing but the literal rule that we have used with all other statutes. The second one is that the Constitution must be read as a whole. This is common sense because reading only the part of the Constitution that you want and ignoring the part that you don't want is essentially misinterpretation. The third rule is that the principles of harmonious construction must be applied. This is again the same principle of harmonious construction that is applicable on all statutes. The fourth rule is that the Constitution must be interpreted in a broad and literal sense. For example, when the Constitution talks about the freedom of speech, it should be interpreted as written, spoken, printed, and also electronic versions of speech. That is, the broadest possible meaning of the term speech. The fifth rule is that the court has to infer the spirit of the Constitution from the language. The courts will use the preamble, the fundamental rights, constitutional rights, the directive principles, and the other articles to understand the real spirit and the intent behind the articles and interpret them accordingly. The sixth rule says that internal and external aids may be used for interpreting. Again, this is common sense. And the seventh rule is that the Constitution prevails over all other statutes, which means that the Constitution is the supreme law of the country and all other statutes and laws must adhere to the framework and the limits set by the Constitution.